Anya and Damian's time adventures. The portal shimmered open like a curtain of starlight, its edges glowing with golden dust. Anya and Damian landed softly on a cobblestone floor that smelled faintly of soap, ash, and freshly baked bread. The kitchen was lit by candlelight, with wooden shelves lining the walls, filled with clay pots and jars of herbs. The crackle of the fireplace warmed the air. A gentle, hopeful melody echoed from another room, a half-sung tune that filled the air with quiet anticipation. They had arrived in a small, cozy kitchen. It was the 17th century, in the heart of a fairy tale land where magic was as real as morning dew. The children looked around, noticing the signs of endless chores. Piles of laundry, a half-scrubbed floor, and a broom leaning tiredly against the wall. Then they saw her. Cinderella, her golden hair tied with a simple ribbon, hands dusted with flour, eyes full of dreams she barely dared to speak. She was trying to finish her endless list of tasks before her stepmother returned, yet the sun was already dipping toward the horizon. And tonight was the royal ball. The royal ball was the one chance for Cinderella to glimpse a world beyond chores and cinders. Anya and Damian shared a look of determination. The mission was clear. Help Cinderella finish her work in time so that she could go to the ball. The work began like a dance, one of rhythm, teamwork, and cheerful chaos. Anya rolled up her sleeves and dove into the laundry. Damian grabbed a mop that seemed far too big for him but swung it with heroic energy. The room filled with laughter. Cinderella watched in awe, her tired face brightening as the children moved with such joy. The flicker of candlelight reflected on the soapy water, making it sparkle. Birds chirped at the window, swooping in to help with ribbons and scraps of cloth, while the mice scurried across the floor, tugging at threads and sweeping crumbs. The rhythm of their teamwork flowed, the splash of water, the soft brushing of brooms, and the gentle hum of a song that Anya started to keep spirits high. Damian balanced a stack of plates, just before wobbling and catching them in a last-second miracle, turning a near disaster into applause from the tiny animal helpers. Soon, the room began to transform. The fireplace glowed brighter, the floor shone, the dresses were folded, and the once cluttered home now felt alive and full of hope. Yet as they looked around, there was one task left, the hardest of all. In the attic, under the slanted beams of moonlight, hung a simple dress of faded blue. With quiet care, they began to mend it. The patched gown blossomed with soft sparkles, transforming into a beautiful ball dress, radiant yet delicate. Cinderella descended the attic stairs, her dress glowing softly. She saw not a servant girl, but a young woman full of grace and possibility, her gratitude sparkling brighter than the dress itself. The portal shimmered like a curtain of moonlight, swirling with soft silver and gold sparks. Anya and Damian stepped through, their shoes touching the cool stone floor of a dimly lit room. The air smelled faintly of lavender and candle wax. Before them stood a young girl, dressed in rags but glowing with quiet grace, Cinderella. Her gentle hands smoothed the fabric of her worn dress, while her eyes, filled with hope and sadness, gazed toward a distant window where the castle's glow shimmered under the night sky. Beside her, a sparkle of light burst into being. From it appeared Ema, the good fairy, her gown shimmering like dawn woven into silk. Her wand glowed faintly as she looked toward the children with a knowing smile. Her voice, gentle yet filled with wonder, seemed to echo with both wisdom and dreams. Then softly, she whispered her catchphrase, "All answers float, if you learn how to dream awake." With that, Emma invited Anya and Damian to step closer. Their mission was clear: help Cinderella prepare for the royal ball. The clock ticked louder than usual, reminding them that time itself was their greatest challenge tonight. The room flickered with candlelight as the children began their task. Damian hurried to gather ribbons and threads from a wooden chest, his small hands quick but careful. Anya moved to the side of Cinderella, gently brushing dust from the girl's shoulders, offering comfort through her quiet determination. The narrator described how Cinderella's heart fluttered between hope and fear. Yet the children's presence shifted something, an energy of friendship, encouragement, and magic layered together like a spell stronger than any wand. Ema's wand twirled, sending tiny sparks of starlight into the air. Cinderella's rags dissolved into silk the color of the midnight sky, embroidered with stars that seemed alive. Anya lifted a necklace of pearls, placing it softly against Cinderella's neck. Damian polished the slippers that appeared at the fairy's command, each one crafted from pure glass, glowing with an inner light that seemed to hold the secret of dreams themselves. The ball had already begun, and the carriage awaited outside. The portal began to glow once more, shimmering with starlight, pulling the children back. As they vanished into the swirl of magic, the narrator's voice carried the closing truth. Cinderella, now radiant, entered the grand ballroom, a vision of grace and hope. Amidst the swirling dances, she found her stride, each step a testament to the new confidence instilled by friendship and belief. The prince approached, captivated by her genuine spirit and kindness, not just her beauty. This was the magic of helping hands and believing hearts, transforming not just a gown, but a destiny. And so the dream lived on, brighter than ever, guided by the truth that real magic comes from within. The portal swirled open beneath a canopy of glittering stars, spilling soft light across a world caught between dream and dawn. When Anya and Damian stepped through, the air sparkled with stardust, carrying the scent of sea breeze and the faint echo of laughter. They had arrived in Neverland, a magical island where time stood still, where fairies shimmered like fireflies and pirate ships drifted lazily on silver-tipped waves. Suddenly, a rustle, a flash of movement, and then a boy soared above them. His shadow, however, did not. It scurried along the sand, darting between rocks like a living streak of ink. Peter Pan swooped down in a flutter of green and gold, landing with the confidence of someone who never quite grew up. His tunic glistened in the moonlight, and his eyes sparkled with mischief. But for the first time, there was a hint of worry there. The adventure began under the glow of the second star to the right. Anya, Damian, and Peter darted through Neverland's moonlit forests, following the flicker of a runaway shadow. The landscape shimmered with magic. Glowing mushrooms lit the paths, while soft mist curled between trees that hummed faintly, as if alive with song. Maybe some things aren't caught by force, but by friendship. Then, with a flick of starlight and a giggle from somewhere unseen, the shadow leapt toward Peter, landing right where it belonged. A burst of magic lit up the clearing, and for an instant, the stars themselves seemed to twinkle brighter. Sometimes, even the brightest souls need a little help finding the part of themselves that hides in the dark. The portal swirled with sparks of red and silver, a wheel of light. Anya and Damian stepped through, and the world roared to life around them. Engines thundered, tires screeched, and the scent of burning rubber filled the air. They had landed in the heart of a Formula One pit stop, year 2025. The ground vibrated as cars shot past at incredible speed, streaks of color and sound against the blur of a racetrack. Mechanics darted about like dancers in a perfectly choreographed performance. Each second mattered. Each hand moved with practiced precision. But among the chaos, a single cry rose louder than the engines. A car had pulled in, its sleek red body smoking. It was in this instant that Anya and Damian realized their mission. The car needed to be fixed before victory slipped away. Then, a roll of parchment fluttered into the air, glowing with golden light. From its center appeared Leo, the inventor, with a bold pose. He declared in his catchphrase, "Brilliance requires blueprints." The challenge was clear. The pit stop transformed into a world of urgency and rhythm. Anya's sharp eyes darted to the damaged wheel assembly, where a bolt had snapped loose. Damian crouched lower, noticing smoke where the engine needed fresh cooling. Leo, with his scroll, created shimmering diagrams midair, sketches of gears and circuits spinning like constellations. Anya grabbed a wrench from the pit crew's toolbox. Her small frame carried surprising determination as she tightened bolts, guided by Leo's glowing designs. Damian, steady and focused, worked with a cooling hose, channeling bursts of icy vapor into the car's overheating core. The mechanics around them glanced in amazement, astonished by the children's skill. Each turn of the wrench, each flick of Leo's scroll, became a dance against the ticking clock. Sweat shone on Anya's forehead. Sparks flew as Damian adjusted a metal piece, and Leo's parchment illuminated the darkness like a guiding star. At last, the car's body lowered smoothly. The smoke cleared. The engine hummed back to life with a deep, steady growl that promised speed. The green flag waved. The car shot back onto the track with renewed power, chasing the blur of competitors ahead. The car surged forward like a comet. Corner after corner, it overtook rivals, sparks flying as tires skimmed the edge of control. In the final stretch, the red car blazed past the finish line first, victorious. The pit crew leapt into the air, celebrating. Anya, Damian, and Leo stood at the center of it all, their faces bright with triumph, knowing they had helped save the race. Leo's voice rang out. Brilliance requires blueprints. The portal shimmered, welcoming Anya and Damian to ancient Rome. 6 CE, a city alive with merchants, bakers, and the scent of roasted olives. Amidst the daily rhythm, Anya sensed a shift. A faint orange glow emerged, then smoke curled from a stall as fire greedily licked at the wooden beams. Panic rippled through the crowd as fire spread. Suddenly, Maximus appeared, bucket in hand, proclaiming, "Maximus never backs down, unless it's nap time." Anya and Damian exchanged a glance. Their mission was clear. The fire roared, its flames hissing and snapping as it consumed more. Anya felt the intense heat. Damian saw a young boy crying, pointing to his cherished wooden toy horse trapped within the burning stall. This treasured toy, a symbol of innocence, fueled their resolve. Maximus, always ready for action, leapt towards the blaze. They observed the vigils, Rome's first firemen, forming an efficient bucket chain. Soon the children joined, their small hands keeping the rhythm alive. A powerful display of unity unfolded. Hands, water, and determination flowing seamlessly, as if the entire city moved as one. Damian, covering his face, darted into the inferno with Maximus. Amidst crackling flames, he grabbed the gleaming toy, shielding it while Maximus stood fearless. They burst out of the flames, the toy saved. Cheers erupted as the boy joyfully hugged his recovered treasure. Despite the rescue, the fire raged on. But now, with Anya and Damian joining, the bucket chain intensified until the flames finally dwindled to smoke. With the danger gone, people gathered in the square. The boy proudly lifted his toy as laughter and relief filled the air. They realized courage could emerge from anyone. Maximus, standing tall on a stone step, puffed out his chest and shouted his catchphrase, igniting more cheers from the delighted crowd. Anya and Damian observed the glowing faces, understanding that true courage lay not in grand battles, but in simple acts of bravery. In every bucket passed, every smile, and in facing fear. The portal shimmered, calling them home. As Rome faded, the lesson of courage burned bright. Acting even when fear holds you still, saving the smallest treasure with the greatest bravery. Before leaving, Anya and Damian took a moment to reflect on the vibrant life of ancient Rome, a time filled with both grand architecture and everyday heroism. Their journey through time had taught them that courage, in its purest form, is a timeless act, found in the hearts of those who face challenges, big or small. Looks like it's time to go, but you get to help choose our next adventure. Subscribe for more magical adventures, and tell us in the comments, where should Anya and Damian go next?